Cheese on bread, and welcome to another episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Cheese! If you're new here, this is the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast, where we talk everything mobile and DJing. As we know, this running a mobile DJ business is very difficult, and there's lots of different things to think about, and we chop up that and some and everything else in between to help you obviously make better decisions for your business and hopefully get you some more bookings and hopefully help you think differently about how business can run and maybe get you to think about some stuff that you're not thinking that should hopefully help you. So if that sounds like you are in the right spot, man, and thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe. In today's episode, I will be talking to DJ Matty F. As some of you lot know, towards the end of 2025, he disappeared from social media and he had to sort out some things because he wanted to get some things off his chest. But now he's back stronger than ever, especially with the massive inspiration that he got from the trip that he went over to Vegas. So I thought it would be great to bring him back on for part 2 so we can see the new level of Matty F and the things that he's pursuing for the rest of 2026. If you want to check out Matty F's first feature on this podcast, just head over to the episodes and go to episode 17. You may have to scroll down a little bit, but you can hear a little bit more about Matty, how he started and why he does a lot of the stuff that he does currently do, especially with the silent disco stuff. But today we are going to talk about what he's currently doing. And guys, he is doing something that I don't know anyone who is I don't know if anyone in our space is about to take on what he's taken on. So make sure you stick around for that so you can find out what it is, because boy, it's a mammoth of a task and he's going full steam ahead of it. So it's going to be interesting. Quick public service announcement. Level Up Live 2027. The super early bird tickets are still available, but they won't be available for long. If you came to Level Up Live this year, you know it was an absolute game changer. It was an event focused on business when it comes to social media, marketing, how to market yourself, and we was also given tips and tricks on Zoom calls, and we had a live podcast, man, where you could ask Q&As to the panels. So if you've seen some of the content and that's something that you want to join in, why not go into the link in the description, grab your super early bird ticket. These are going to be the cheapest that the tickets will ever be, but once they are gone, they are gone. So save yourself some money, head over there and grab your super early bird ticket today. But without further ado, let's start this episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery. Before we do that, we need to roll the sexy intro. My days, look who I've got beside me. It's the man himself, Matty F.
Yes. How are you, mate?
Bro, I'm doing so well, man. Like, we're in the stage now where the weather's changed, Matty. So when the weather changes, everyone gets a bit more happy, and so do I. So I'm doing very, very well. But more importantly, Matty F, how are you, sir? How have you been?
Doing well, mate. Since the last time we chatted, so much has happened. So much has happened, which no doubt we'll get into. But yeah, 100%. No, I'm all good. I've just got back from holiday, so I'm the whole sunshine down on me, etc., etc. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. A little bit jet lagged, but I'm feeling good.
Yeah, but jet lag, I think jet lag is part of your life, Matty. The amount of air miles you do annually, bruv, is insane. You do the long haul flights. You're on beaches more than most people. Bro, I'm being honest. You're on more beaches than most people I know, man. So you're doing something right. You're doing something right.
I think this year in particular, I think I'm away 4 times. I've got 4 big things lined up. So 2
this year for the rest of it, because you've already done 2 long hauls and you're doing
2 long hauls. I've got a medium haul and then a very short haul, and then I'm done for the year at that point.
You say that.
But you never know. Actually,
no, yeah, exactly. You say that.
Actually, there's things in the pipeline, so yeah, it may progress. But anyway.
International, man. Yeah.
Whoa. International indeed.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Oh my God, guys, we had to bring Matty F back on the pod, man, because like he said, so much has changed since he was last on the pod. So we need to bring him back up to give us up to date with all the things that's going on. And there's a lot of things that I want to ask Matty as well. So I thought to myself, why not bring him in the chat, bring him on the pod and have a live chat about it. Instead of us having a little one-to-one call, let's make it something that we can all get a little earwig in. Do you know what I mean? So
absolutely. That's what it's about. Sharing. And,
that's what sharing. That's what we're about.
Giving it out.
That's what we're about. So I wanted to start with one of the big things that I saw that I was actually I was really sad that I couldn't go because I wanted to go. And that was Vegas. That was earlier this year, which I know that you did and you went to, and I'm glad that you did because I wanted someone from our network to go and sort of bring some things back, and you've definitely been bringing back and sharing all the information that you got from that experience on your podcast, The Groove Junction, which I hope you're all subscribed to and listening to on a weekly basis. But we are going to talk about it here on the Mobile DJ Mastery. So I'm so upset. Obviously, we had Level Up Live, so we had a lot going on with our event, so we wasn't able to go and experience some of the other things that was happening. But tell me, man, give us the real full one Wizzy on Vegas, man, because it looked dope. Some of the things that you was doing, you was out there with Carl. Was it Carl Sweeney you was out with?
Kel Sweeney.
Mr. Kel Sweeney from Promo Only. You was out there together as well. And I think you bumped into Han Solo as well.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah, that was that was really good. Sean Solo, Han Solo.
Not in Star Wars. I call him Han Solo because he's got the Star Wars theme in around it. Do you know what I mean? So he's in my mind, he's Han Solo, but I know he's not Han Solo.
Sean, he might like that. Sean was there. So just go back. So Vegas, like you said, from a learning educational conference point of view, you've obviously got your thing that you've got Level Up Live. In the US, there are 9 big conferences.
They're so lucky. They don't understand how lucky they are, man. Like we made Level Up Live because there's not enough here. We've got Level Up Live, we've got Pro Mobile, and other than that, what else really is there for us? Like really? Yeah. So
ultimately, Vegas was on the agenda, and it took, I say, a little bit of persuasion to say to my, the nearest and dearest of, I'd like to go and visit Las Vegas on my own, and so I got the green light and off I went. But I think it was one of those things that I wanted to experience because the education things from a US perspective is completely different to what it is here. Obviously, I never came to your event. I've been to Pro Mobile, but they do it in America. They obviously do it on a very larger scale.
Yeah, well, Americans do everything big. Even their cars, their drinks, their food, everything's big. Their spaces, their houses, everything's huge.
So Vegas itself was great. It was great for a number of reasons. One, education was absolutely spot on, and it's something personally that I needed because the end of last year, I had gone through a bit of a mill mentally. I removed myself from social media for a number of reasons, and then just felt that Vegas came at the right time for me to head out there, get a completely clean perspective on everything that I'm doing within my business, and try and implement bits that I learned. So education was massive. The second thing, which was huge, was networking. The networking side of things was crazy. And I met so many people. I met people, like you said, Kel Sweeney, I'd seen on social media here in the UK, but not actually reached out to or anything.
Yeah, in real time. Yeah.
The first time we met was on Valentine's Day in Terminal 5, Heathrow.
Terminal 5.
Having a coffee together before we got on a long haul flight to Vegas. But no, we hit it off, and he's a great mate now, and we had a great time. That was great. You mentioned Sean. Now Sean, I persuaded. Sean linked in to your TikTok stuff that you were doing 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's how me and Sean got chatting through your TikTok live thing that you used to do on the Wednesday. I
Download
can't
show,
remember the
yeah.
name of it.
The download
Yeah.
show. It was. I
Yeah,
loved
the
it.
download show.
The
That's been
download
ages.
show. It's been ages. It's been
What
ages.
was that? But yeah, me and Sean have kept in contact, and I said to Sean, "You need to go to Vegas." And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. So because I was going, he decided to go.
Is it far for him? Was it a far travel for him?
He lives Oklahoma. I think it's around about three and a bit hours, maybe 3 and a bit hours.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Flight.
Oh, flying. Oh well. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So he came out to Vegas, and so it was great meeting him in person. And we've really got a really strong bond now between us because of the help that I've been giving him and advice and other bits and pieces. So it's been great. So networking, and that's just 2 people. There was so many people that I met, are now in contact with. I've even thrown work their way, and through the contacts. Yeah, it was just amazing. It was an amazing experience. And then there was some sort of some silent disco stuff that happened whilst I was out there as well. So yeah, it's Vegas was. There's so much to talk about. I could talk about Vegas for. Do you
know what I want to know about Vegas, Matty? Is like, I want to try and take us through what it actually looks like, because obviously with us, we're in small rooms, we're in, we're in hotel rooms, we're in, JBL experience centers, we're in small places. Sometimes we're in pubs, we're in community halls. So our thing's quite small. And I know with America, everything's huge and extra large. So tell me about like the experience, like you're getting your badge. Like, was it a massive room? Is it a long walkthrough? Was there multiple sessions? Was it all in one venue? Was it in multiple? Did you have to cross the street to go to that thing? Did you have to go up the road? Like, talk to me about the actual physical experience and the actual look. Like, try and take us there.
Okay. Firstly, I got to Vegas and I was scared.
What scared you? What is it? What is it scared?
Like, it's so intense.
Yes. In what way? Noise, sound, light? No, I want to really, I want to feel it. I want to taste it. I want to be there. Take us there.
Yeah. Okay. So where MEX, so the Mobile Entertainment Expo takes place, it's a joint expo with the Photo Booth Expo.
Okay. All right.
PBX. So it's in a very, very large hotel, just a sort of 15-20 minutes away from the main strip of Vegas. Okay. So it's slightly outside of Vegas itself, in a hotel called South Point. And within the hotel, it's like a massive conferencing hotel with a casino and a spa and all of that stuff. And I also say that this blew my mind when I was walking around the hotel, is that at the back end of the hotel was a rodeo rink. A full-size rodeo rink with seating around it. It was like a stadium. It is the bizarre, and I'm thinking,
part of a hotel.
I'm still in the hotel. This
with
is just
a casino and conference rooms.
Yeah, loads.
Jesus, that's huge. That must be huge.
It's massive.
So basically, you couldn't walk around the whole hotel. You couldn't. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, you can. You can, but it's you get your steps in.
Get your steps in. You need a scooter, an electric scooter to get you around from place.
Yeah, you can hire though. It's quite easy.
Segway.
But no, it was. There's loads of restaurants inside the hotel. You've obviously got the main floor for the gambling side of things. Yeah, it was huge. So in relation to the actual expo itself, it was split with PBX and MEX. It's actually going to be called Mobile Beat next year. MEX Mobile Beat. And within the actual expo, there's the trade floor as well. So you've got all of the side rooms that are holding keynote speaking. Within the keynote speaking, they're then putting on individual sessions at a cost. It's like very small, intimate sessions. So you've got loads of stuff going on. The agendas are absolutely jam-packed. And when you look at the agendas, you go, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. Oh, yeah, that's really interesting. I'll go to that one. So you sort of plan what you want to go to. And even Sean was saying this to me, is that when he turned up, he had an idea of what he wanted to do. I had an idea of what I wanted to do. And we just sort of went with the flow a little bit. So it was like, right, I'm going to go to this this thing at 2, or he's going to go to this at 1, and we'll meet afterwards. And he was like, no, actually, I'm going to come to that because actually, yeah, that makes a good point in relation to what we. So you sort of plan what you want to get out from your own personal benefit for your own business, look at their agenda and go, yeah, that's going to be beneficial for me. I need that.
Okay, so they've got multiple things happening at once. So you
Loads.
could, and you're saying more than 2, more than 3, more than 4 things happening?
There was loads. There was the agenda was absolutely jam packed, and that was from a photo booth side as well as
I gotcha.
A mobile DJ side. So the photo booth side was in one part of the conference center. The DJ element was in another part of the conference center, but some of the stuff that they were talking about, in particular, from a social media point of view, from a photo booth point of view, I went to. Not because I've got a selfie pod or anyway, but it was just more the fact of how, when I read the bio in relation to what was going to be discussed in relation to the social media side of things, I was like, yeah, I could utilize some of that. So I'm going to go and see what that's about. And it was very AI orientated, which I know we're going to probably come on to.
Yeah.
But the AI side of things was a real hard driven part of the conference that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
From previous conferences that I've been to. So there was so much. There was literally so much. So you got this sense of loads of activity, loads of things going on, and then you had normal Joe Blogs kicking around the casino floor doing their thing, and then there's people with lanyards like running around going, I need to get to the next
show, the next speaker.
There was loads of that going on. But what I didn't know until a few days in, because I'm thinking I'm living on like 3-4 hours sleep. This is like I'm loving this experience. And then somebody said to me, you do know that they're pumping pure oxygen
through. Yeah, I've heard about this with the because that's how they keep people awake for longer, right?
Stimulated. So I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. This is incredible. And I'm like, why am I'm not really sleeping. This is
how is this even possible? How am I physically doing this?
Yeah. I hit a low on the flight home. It has to be
I can imagine, because that's your body saying, ooh.
Yeah, shut down. But no, it was a massive experience. Really kick-started my 2026.
Yeah, in the best way. Yeah.
Moved me in a direction that I'm feeling really positive about. It's moved me into an area that I didn't think I would be going into, and it's helped some elements of my business now that I'm not really doing much with now because of the AI,
the new things that you're doing is making things easier.
Added into it, yeah.
So the one thing I'm getting from you, and let me know if you think this is I'm getting that it can be a little bit overwhelming, like when you made, especially on your first day, listening to everything you just said, and I'm trying to picture it, and I'm like, I can imagine having a book with all these different speakers, and I'm the type of person, I don't want to miss out. I get FOMO.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss out on anything. So with like how we do things, because we don't have that many people coming to our conference, we ain't got like thousands and thousands and thousands of DJs, so we're able to just do session. But with what you're saying, it's like, because they've got so much people to cater for, they can have like 4 or 5 sessions happen all at one time, and then you've got to pick which one hits you the most, even though out of that 5 you might be like, those 3 all look really good and I don't want to miss all of them, but I've still got to make a decision. So would you say it's a little bit overwhelming, would you say?
I think I wouldn't say it's overwhelming, because how they do it is that, like, day one is very much in the main suite. So you've got your real big hitters in the photo booth, mobile world that are talking on the stage, which combines both PBX and MEX together. The second day is very orientated to either DJs or to Photo Booth Expo. So you could go day one, right? I'm purely going for the big hitters. Like I'm going to go to these because it's going to cover both photo booth as well as mobile DJs. So that wasn't really much of an issue. It was more the issue of, if you are somebody who is in that realm of doing photo booths as well as doing mobile DJing, you would be split. But from a US perspective, there's not really their market. There's not a huge amount of mobile DJs that are doing photo booth or selfie pods or stuff like that. That's some of us that I know that do here in the UK. So it's either you do one or the other.
That's the next thing I was going to ask quickly, Matt, is that from what you saw, which industry had more people? Would you say the photo booths or the... Oh, really?
Photo booth's massive. The photo booth industry is absolutely massive.
Wow,
it's huge. And actually, I don't want to say it in a negative because I didn't find it a negative, but it felt like even if you looked at the trade floor on day 2 and day 3, the trade floor was pretty much made up of 80%, 75% of all photo booth. The rest was all DJing.
Okay, so we had like a smaller share in terms of what was available if you was going there. Okay.
Yeah. But what I would say in relation to the speakers that they had from a mobile DJ or a DJ perspective was amazing. They were so good and so on point, and are the key people. If you start following them and looking at their social media, they are like the big hitters currently. You just go, and you just absorb everything they're saying. But also from an event point of view, on day 1 in the evening, there was a opening party. So everyone set up. The first day of conferencing happened, and then in the evening, party time. So you had all the DJs doing DJ sets for an hour. There was loads of stuff going on there in the evening. So that was another great bit of networking, office networking. And then on the last night as well, there was a big party as well at the end. So yeah, all in all, over the 4 days.
So, yeah, that's next. So it's a 4-day. It's a 4-day event.
It's a 3 and a bit day event. I went
because
out
the partying, would you say? Because the partying takes up some of the time.
So I went over there a couple of days before just to get over the jet lag a little bit and settle in and get into it. So I wasn't like, day one
fresh off and straight in. Yeah, I get you.
And then, luckily enough, there is some stuff that's happening from a US perspective that I was asked to go out and have a couple of meetings with people. So I was in a position that I stayed out there a little bit longer. So all in all, I was out there for 7 days.
Nice.
But obviously the conferencing side of things is only like 3.5.
3 and a bit days.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and we went to some amazing nightclubs as well.
But I need to. Anyway, I went to New York. I was in New York last year. Just me and a mate went over just to go to New York. But even it opened my eyes a lot to the US and how things are. And it made me say, like, I want to go to a lot of states. Like every year I want to go somewhere. I didn't, wouldn't know. Well, this year I've got to find a place to go at some point. I don't know when because the calendar doesn't really.
I've got the bug for it now. Seriously, mate, I've got the bug for.
I can imagine. I know, yeah. Just going to different places in the US.
The networking, because the people are like going, yeah, mate, you want to come to this one. Like this, like DJs Assemble or the Pittsburgh one or MEX next. Like that you need to come to. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I'm down. I'm let me check. Like, yeah, I'm free. So I've got to like, have difficult conversations here. But yeah, these are all things that I'm like, yes, I'm coming, because networking now for me is really important from a silent disco perspective.
It's one of the most important things,
but from a work perspective, from a networking of, i.e., you're increasing your following and you're speaking to people and seeing how they do things in the US and where it is. But for me, in my position as global DJ booker for silent discos in incredible places, like I'm booking DJs from Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Europe, the UK, America now. So
everywhere.
So networking is really key for me now. Way more before 2 years ago, when you said, "Oh, you want to come to the Pro Mobile retreat, Matt? You'll love it. You're going to meet people, blah blah blah," and that was the starting point of networking for me. And now it's exploded
something massive,
because of the work that I do with silent discos in incredible places. So networking is amazing.
Okay.
Amazing.
We're going to get onto the networking thing. One thing I wanted to, as you was talking, I wanted to ask you is when it came to the speakers, give us your top 3 and what you think you got from them, and if you can hopefully name drop them. So, because I'm thinking you said a lot of big names, but I don't know exactly who was on the lineup. So,
Okay,
from what you witnessed, what would you say? What was the who was giving the good stuff?
I would say Berg, who spoke
Berg, okay.
At PBX UK. What was that, a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
Or so. He spoke. He was very, very good. As always, I always take a lot from Berg. And in particular, what I liked, what Alan was talking was about was just changing our mindset as the DJ or as the photo booth person. And this is how he labeled it up, in the sense of the people that are booking us now or wanting to book us now are doing their homework, and they're doing their homework on us in relation to who they want to DJ their wedding, or who they want to DJ their engagement party, or who they want to DJ their birthday party, right? So they are finding their top 6 people and then going directly to those people.
Right. Okay.
If you don't react quickly in responding back to these people, because they are Gen Z, Gen X's, whatever the gens are these days, they want a quick turnaround. They're not waiting around. They're not waiting around. And the way he addressed it to me, or how I took it from listening to his presentation, was, yeah, actually, I'm a little bit slow time with my responses back to people. I've got an automated service going. Thank you for your email. We'll be in contact with you soon, because I know how disappointing it is waiting around. But yeah, that's an automative that I've put within my CRM that just fires that email straight off. But that's not actually helping that person who's trying to book me.
Yeah.
If you are not capturing them immediately after them sending in their referral or their request to you via, whether it's Instagram, whether it's WhatsApp, whether it's via email, via your website, if you're not responding them to it quickly, they're gone.
Okay, so I know Alan Berg talks a lot about that on his podcast as well. So he talks a lot about that.
Yeah, it's the mindset of the younger people that are now booking DJs for their parties, that they're not sticking about, because they are in that world of flick, 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 flick.
Instant.
Flick,
I want
flick.
it now.
I want it now. So as us as vendors, us as the DJ, or us as the photo booth person, if we're not responding to that quickly, you've lost it, because they've moved on. So it was more about speed.
Okay, so Alan Berg was one of the big hitters. Okay, Alan Berg's the one I co-sign a lot of the stuff that he says, and yeah, I think responding fast definitely helps. People always seem to thank me when you respond to someone quick, and they're like, oh, thanks you for your speedy reply, and I'm like, 20 minutes isn't speedy, or sometimes even an hour isn't speedy. But if they see it as speedy, it kind of goes back to what Alan Berg was saying. If they think it's fast, that means that they're seeing a lot of much, much slower interactions from other suppliers. So yeah, definitely. Okay, anyone else? Give us some other ones.
So the other person, and I'll only go with Alan Berg, and I'll go with this second one because there was still too much. But these are the 2 things that resonate with me. So the other person was Ben Herman. Now Ben Herman, as soon as he started speaking, I was like, I'm drawn into this person. And he talked a huge amount about marketing and other bits and pieces. One of the big things I took away from him was the business cards.
Business cards.
Okay. So business cards, right?
Okay.
We all have business cards. A lot of us have business cards. A lot of us don't have business cards, right? However you want to operate. However you are interacting with somebody. So somebody comes up to us at the end of the night and goes, oh, you're amazing tonight. Can I book you? I was going for a stage of, here, I've got some QR codes or some QR plates that you can NFC scan and you can get all of my details. That's fine. But what actually return are you getting from that? I was like, well, actually, to be fair, he's got a point. He said, let's flip it the other way. Have a business card. And I'm thinking, business cards, they're so old-fashioned.
Yeah, cool.
And he was like, no. But it's not a business card. It's a gift card. Label it as a gift card. Add monetary value to that gift card. Even though it's a business card, you're giving somebody that has got money value to that card, they are more prone to keep that card because there's money value connected to that card rather than it being a business card that's going to be tossed away, put in the bin, scrolled it up, put in your pocket and lost. The fact that there's money value to it actually holds people to keep that card.
Okay.
And I was like, well, hold on a minute. You're taking money off your end price by
I was
giving
just thinking
them.
that sounds like a discount card to me, but
It's a discount. But he says it's not a discount card; it's a gift card. But in relation to what you gift back to them, you add into the price before they've even. So what I've done, yeah.
Okay.
So what I've done, I've got created up now my business card that is labelled as a gift card with £50 off, and I add that into the price.
So when
I've handed out this business card now, which is a gift card, and it is designed. It's a little bit plastic. It's like a gift card rather than a business card.
Cardboard business card, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's more like a gift card, so it's a little bit harder in product, a bit more premium. I've added a bit more to it. It's embossed. It feels a bit better, and it's got £50 off.
Okay, so how do you know when someone comes? Yeah, how do you differentiate someone who's got a business card and someone who hasn't?
How did you hear from me? Oh, you were at such and such's wedding, and you gave me a gift card. Ah, yeah, of course I did. Yeah, and I'm going to give you £50 off. It's mindset.
I'm kind of falling against. I'm listening to this. Like, I like the idea of giving a card more value. Do you know what I mean? So then the card has a bit more power. So people can actually hold on to it. Especially, I like the fact that it's being plastic makes it so you feel you can't throw it away because you're like, that this costs more than just Vista print 500 copies type thing.
Yep, 100%.
When I think if I don't know, because I feel like someone would slip up, like they would be like, they'll have, the gift card and someone gets a gift card and they might not mention it. They come on the call. Yep, I'm interested in your service. I've follow you on Instagram or whatever. And then they do the whole spill. And then it gets to the end and then they're like, okay, here's the quote. And then they say at the end of the meeting, just before they pay, oh, I forgot to mention, I've got one of your gift cards. Can I get a discount off that quote? And then you're like,
that's not going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen is because they're going to tell you they've got a gift card.
Are they though?
Yeah, 100%.
How do you know?
If I've got a monetary value card and I want to book you, I'm going to go, hi, yeah, how are you doing? Yeah, I want to book you. I got your card and it's £50 off. People are going to be keen to tell you because they want the money off. They're not going to hold back. I'm with it. They get to checkout.
Yeah,
they're not going to wait until they get to the checkout.
It's like a promo code. It's like a promo code. You get to the end of checkout, you see 580 quid, and you're thinking, oh yeah, promo sub 50, and you're waiting for that price to jump down. Well, I don't know because I think
quid.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I like the monetary value. I like the value. I like the plastic card. But I can just see sometimes that not always going to plan. That's the only thing I can see. I can see it at some stage. There will be that person who may not, or they might forget.
1 out of 100.
Yeah.
1 out of 100. Realistically, you're not going to get everyone that's going to do that.
Mm-hmm. And I even think though, even if it's £50 off, some people would pay £50 for a legitimate inquiry. If you've got someone who's gonna definitely book with you, and the cost of client acquisition per se was 50 quid. If they're gonna go in with a decent package, it's not the end of the world. But I just when I was hearing it, I'm just I'm picking. I'm trying to make sure it's bulletproof. But I think I like the mindset. But yeah, that's an interesting point. So
it's all about mindset. I would say out of Alan Berg's and Ben's, it's about mindset now. It's about us as vendors changing our mindset to accommodate the new people that are coming into this market to book us. We are still stuck in the ways of our age a little bit and how we think it should be happening. But what is actually happening, we need to start thinking about the younger generation who are now looking to book us. And we're going, actually, we can't wait. We can't wait. we have to respond back to them quickly, because if you don't, you're going to lose that booking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got to act really, really quickly. The money side of things, you know, you're giving somebody it's got value to it. They're going to hold it. They're going to keep it, and from that, you're going to get work out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've had it already. I've not. I
Okay.
only started this in February, and I've only handed out 2 cards at events. I'm not like willy nilly throwing these cards out.
Right. Okay.
These cards are only going out when people come up and gone, I loved you tonight. You're incredible. Like, can I have your contact details? Here's my contact. I know I've only given 2 out.
Right. Okay. Okay. So you're not.
And I've had
Okay.
I've had 1 booking from it
Okay.
already.
So
That's
it's
50%.
worked. It's
Yeah.
worked.
100%.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. All right, guys. Well, just a quick tip from Matty F, brought all the way from Vegas. If you want to use some of those, if they make sense to you, why not get them in? £50 card, and also replying quick to your inquiries. So let's move on, because I know we got quite a lot to get through, Matt. Like you did say, we got a lot to get through. Let's move on to, you did mention about the AI. There was a lot about AI in Vegas. There was a lot of things that they was talking about. And as we know, AI is a massive thing. And a lot of us are not probably using it as much as we should, because we're still trying to navigate how to best use it. There's so much options out there. ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. There's a new one, Deep Think, Deep Shark. Like, it's a minefield. So in terms of what you got back, what did you bring back in terms of like AI power? How are you powering your business now with AI?
Okay, so I was doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing everything myself. I'm deep in it. I'm deep in trying to grow my business, pushing it, making sure everything's right. And I'm like, wow, this is just too much.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst out in Vegas, I was in the conferencing room, and somebody was talking about how AI is now embedded into their business, which is freeing up their time. And I apologize, I can't remember who the speaker was, but I was just like, I need this in my life. Like, I need this in my life. I need to make things. This isn't my full-time job. I'm not a full-time professional DJ. I have other work.
Hold on. You're not a full-time DJ, but you tried to say I'm not a full-time professional DJ. You are a professional, Matt. You're just not full-time.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for clarifying.
No problem. I got you. You're professional.
I'm not full-time.
Yeah.
However, is absorbing me so much in relation to the work that I'm doing, it feels very full-time. And I'm trying to like go, how can I make it easier so it's not impacting on everything else in my world, in my life?
Correct. Okay, yeah.
So there was this AI product called Sentra. Now, I've talked about it on my podcast recently, but Sentra has ultimately learned everything about me that I want it to know about me. Mm-hmm. So it's learned everything around DJ Matty F events. It's learning everything, and it's connected into everything that's DJ Matty F relatable. Okay, so it's learning everything about me. It's connected into my website, my social media, my emails, everything that has a DJ Matty F input on, right? Everything I do, DJ Matty F, goes through Sentra, through its AI. It's like when you log onto it, it's like looking at Google to a point, but also connected to that, I can then ask it a question. And within Sentra, it has 12, I've got 12 workers. I've got 12 people. I've got 12 agents that work for me in different capacities, whether that's through marketing, whether that's through social media, whether that's through making sure my website is correct, just pure admin, responding to emails, making sure my contracts are correct and in the right tone, my responses in my CRM are all correct in relation to quotations, packages. They do everything. They do everything.
Okay, so with saying that it does everything, because I think like with a lot of things in terms of marketing, because I think I've seen Sentra, I've seen an advert on my Instagram, I think, and even when I saw it, I was like, I need this, because it was like, yeah, I've got this one does this and this one does that, and you've got like basically an AI team. And I think with marketing, they can make things sound amazing and simple, and then when you actually get it, it might not be what you imagined it was. So let's go back to when you said it understands your business and it knows everything about Matty F. How did you input that data in? Was it asking you questions to fill out? Was there a form? Was there Like, how does it actually work?
You literally give it access to your inbox for your email address that's connected to your company. You give it your social media handles. You give it your website details. You give it everything. Like, I give you the main example I can give you in relation to how quickly Sentra started working for me is I was in the departure lounge in Vegas, and I was like, and I heard it 2 days ago. I'm like, right, I need to get onto Sentra. So I've downloaded Sentra. I've registered with Sentra. I've then started creating my Sentra brain, which is what I want it to know about me. It's not knowing all of my private stuff. It's not learning about my day job. It's not doing any of that. It's purely focusing around DJ Matty F. So from that, I've then gone, right, let's go to my SEO website bot, AI bot. And in I go and I say, give me a complete breakdown of what's failing on my website. 10 seconds later, it comes back, goes, right, you need to fix this, and this. You need to put in header 1, you need to label it and give it a description of this. So all of the descriptions that are on photographs or on headings on my website, there wasn't anything. Nothing was there. So the analytical part of Google and the algorithms aren't seeing anything. They're not recognizing that information. They're just seeing it as a website that's got no information on it. So how can they drive it and direct it anywhere when people are searching for me? They don't know it's there. So I have my website in play that is not actually doing anything for me.
It's not working for you.
And I know through looking at the analytics, because as soon as I did this and made the changes, I looked at my analytical profile within my website and I was having like 4 or 5 hits on my website a month. And for me, this is not my full-time job. So I'm not really that worried about it.
Yeah,
so
it's not crazy. Yeah, I get you.
I've looked at it, gone, and I'm like now in the 200s.
Whoa, from 5 to 200?
Yes, by just sorting out my SEOs.
Using the Sentra AI software.
And it told me step by step. It said, what website provider are you with? Squarespace's. And then it told me exactly what to do step by step by going into Squarespace's and changing what I needed to change. And then I think it was said, come back in 2 weeks and we'll run a check again. Over 2 weeks, I then went back in and saw an increase. And it's now at over 200. I'm getting over 200 hits
a month
on the website because people are going online and searching.
Yeah, Google.
Nothing was coming back. They're not searching just my name because if you search just my name, it's coming up. But if you're searching wedding DJ, event DJ, silent disco, whatever it may be, I'm now appearing on their hits. And then they're finding me and then going into my website.
Okay.
One example.
Of many of what it could do.
Of cleaning up my operation. Making sure my contracts are all correct. It went through all my contracts. It went through my website and went, actually, do you think you've got too many packages on here? Do you want to consider? Do you want to consider reducing that? Okay, let's reduce, and it gives you the pros and cons of why you're doing what you. Honestly, it's massively helped. I'm not saying it's controlling everything. I'm allowing it to give me ideas. I'm having them to do the work.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I could go, like from a social media point of view, it says to me, here's 6 social media posts for you for the week. And I go into it and I go, that looks absolutely rubbish. Don't want that.
Yeah, that's not relevant.
That's just me superimposed into, no, let's get rid of that. And so there is stuff in there that I can go yay or nay with. I don't just hope.
You don't just let it run right on your business. No.
No, I have control. But what it's doing is actually focusing me and directing me in a way that I feel that I needed. Because it's just me. It's just me doing it. I've now got 12 friends. 12
digital friends that are helping you out.
I've got 12 friends. I've I've got 12 friends now. I didn't have any. But yeah, so it's massively helped. Massively helped.
I'm so glad to hear that, because like with AI, like we were saying at the start, like it's something that I know will help a lot of us, especially as business owners being solo ops. And it would be nice to have, someone doing this, someone doing that, so you can just focus on maybe just the calls and then just delivering an amazing service. But sadly, that's not how things are for us. So AI is something that we all know we need to be using more, and we need to be using it to help us make life easier and give us a bit more time back. But it all can be a bit of a minefield. Like, I'm blessed. If it wasn't for Mike Reddins is another AI guy. He loves AI. And if it wasn't for him, and also his son Daily, because he's another one, he builds, like, the agents that you're talking about, he builds these things. Like, you tell it what you want it to do, and he will make an agent that will go and do certain things. So I'm glad I've got someone like Mike on my side to help me navigate. But in terms of everyone having something that can help, that's why I thought Sentra, it looked amazing. But once again, the advert just kind of said, yeah, it can do all of this. But then my mind's got so many questions, and the advert's not going to give me feedback. So it's great to hear that there's something out there that is like that.
I think everyone is in this. I think everyone is in this space now that are still very, very nervous about AI.
Mm-hmm.
But you're with Sentra in particular, I'm only giving it what I want to give it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff that's in my life that I don't want it to know about or have an impact on the business side of things. And in particular, I found this with Copilot, because I was using Copilot for DJ Matty F events, and I was using Copilot for my day job.
Mm-hmm.
So it couldn't differentiate between the two, and it was like aligning my day job with my mobile DJ job.
Yeah, when it's the mixed messaging is now giving you some.
No, remove that out, take that out. So I've gone in with Sentra going, you are only going to know about DJ Matty F events. This is purely what you're going to learn about me. I'm giving you access to this. I'm giving you access to this. I'm giving you access to this. Where do we go? What do we do? I've got an idea. Is it good? It's always, AI is always going to be a little bit positive. It's always going to go, yeah, that's a great idea,
that's amazing.
Man. Yeah,
that's great.
This is great. But actually, sometimes that's actually what you want to hear as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to obviously sit back from that a little bit and go, actually, is that beneficial? Do I need to check on that a little bit more? You need to do your due diligence with it. But what it has done is freed up a lot of my time.
Yes,
it's freed up my time to not constantly be checking on things, doing these things. I've just allowed it to run with the reins on a little bit.
Yeah, and given the information that you've given it, so it's not going to go off piece.
Yeah, it's definitely helped.
That's so good to hear, man. That is so good to hear. Sentra, I might look back into that, because there is a few things that I could get some time back. Because as you know, like, I'm full time, but then this podcast takes up a lot of time. Do you know what I mean? So I do need freeing up time, especially for me. Admin is something that I do not enjoy. It's something that I don't like to do. I know I have to do it. I have to reply back to clients and give them the right information and all that sort of stuff. But if I can get something on board to help, then that would be amazing. And then that could obviously speed things up as well. So that's the AI stuff. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, Matty, is a clip that you've recently dropped, which has given a lot of... do you know what? We're going to play the clip right now so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Matty dropped this clip and we're going to talk about it. So, Matty, we saw the flag. We saw you in the airport. It sounds like you've got something going on, something coming up, and I'm hoping you don't mind explaining to all of us and our listeners. What is this? What's going on? Are you leaving us, bro?
No, so I've not. I'm getting excited, but I'm also getting slightly nervous. Because I've not really talked about this, and I've not really told many people. So obviously, whilst I was out in Las Vegas, speaking to a lot of people, and it's quite clear the industry that we operate here in the UK is, I would say, far more, I was going to say extreme. Maybe that's a little bit probably the wrong word. It's a lot more intense in the US in the sense of the end product from a financial point of view. And what I mean by that is that we do a lot in the UK when we do weddings, when we do corporates, etc., etc. And I don't think we are getting paid what we should be getting paid.
Well,
And
you're putting
what,
it very politely. You're.
okay,
I'm gonna
I'm
not
gonna-
make it polite. I'm just gonna go
Okay, all right,
direct
go
in
on
so
then.
people get it. We don't
Go
get
on.
paid enough here. The US
No.
people charge proper premiums, and
Yeah.
we don't. But I think there's a lot of differences between the UK and the US. When I hear what the US are charging, I don't think I don't know if some of those numbers are possible here. I don't know. I just don't know.
So okay, so where I'm going with this is that there is a massive difference. So I've looked at it and gone, well, why can't I do that in America? Why can't I market myself in America? I'm making all these wonderful contacts across the US. It's massive.
Mhm.
Across the US. Why can't I put myself in that bracket?
That field, yeah.
Why
yeah.
can't I take myself to America and do what they're doing and still make money?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go.
Okay, so
However,
taking weddings and events out to the
however,
US.
however,
Yes.
it is a massive feat.
Mhm.
Okay, so you have
Where
to
to
have,
start? Where to start,
yeah,
man?
where to start.
Where do I
Okay,
start?
firstly, you can't just go out there and work. You
Mhm.
have to have a business visa to go and work out there. You have to apply for the visa. You have to get the visa to be able to go out and work legitimately in the US. If you get caught working in the US on an ESTA visa that you've entered as a tourist on, you are going to get kicked out and banned and never allowed to go back into the US.
Yeah, and the
Right?
US are very strict on those kind of
It's
things as well.
it's a big thing.
Mhm.
So I've looked at it, I've researched a hell of a lot on it, and have gone, do you know what? The average DJ doing a full day wedding in the US is on sort of middle of the road. We're talking $3,500 to $4,500.
Dollars for a full day wedding.
That is mid level.
Mhm.
Premium level, you're talking anything from sort of $4,500, $5,000 to $7,000.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's way different to what it is in the UK.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
7K. That is in that. Yeah. Yeah.
From speaking to a lot of people when I was out there, in the sense of priority for a bride and groom when they are booking a DJ, they're coming in around about third or fourth on the list.
Okay.
We know from our point of view in the UK, because realistically the DJ is the last thing of the day, so it's the last thing on the list. If they're just booking the evening side of having you as doing their entertainment as the DJ, the money is dwindled down to the point of you're the last one for them to call. So their money is not great unless
Okay.
you are pitching yourself as, I'm going to do everything for you full day and you're going to get that experience. But realistically, 8 or 9 times out of 10, it's the last thing on the bride and groom's list is the DJ.
Mhm. Mhm.
In the US, they're up here.
Okay. Okay.
So they can charge that because they know the bride and groom are looking for that experience.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's why the money is where it is in the US compared to where it is in the UK.
So I would say that with that, it's like, I think it's about positioning. And I think, like, one of the reasons why I do this podcast, I feel DJs in the UK, I'm not going to say all because that's definitely not all, but we all know there's a lot of rubbish here in
Yep.
terms of the UK, which is why what you said I'd agree with, because the wedding DJ field isn't full of people that are desirable, wanted and in demand. And this is what then drives the price down because, like you said, they're at the bottom of the list. They're seen as the end of the night type thing. But I think it goes down to more positioning and how can we position ourselves so we are in that top 3, so we are in that top 4. And I think it goes down to the type of client that you want as well. So I would be the type of person, if I was 10th or at the bottom of the list, I'm probably not the DJ that you want, because you're going to want what you imagine, which might not be true, but you may not have seen anything else out there that shows you anything different. And I think with the US, they market themselves, not all of them, but they market themselves in a great way. They show the value, they show the amount of work that goes behind the scenes, so then therefore they can be put into that top 3.
It's more about the understanding of the customer in the UK, not understanding what we do and what we bring to the party.
Yes,
that's
yes.
the education issue. People just go, the people in that mindset of, well, you're just a DJ, you're just pressing buttons.
You just press buttons. That's the you just press buttons, mate. What you want? I can do what you do.
That. Yeah. I hate that terminology.
Same as me.
But ultimately, that education is sits with us as DJs to educate people, which is another reason why I started the Ask DJ Matty F social media page, the AI page, which we can talk about as well.
Yes.
But I think it's ultimately, people need to understand, the customer needs to understand the value as we, the UK DJ, can bring. From a US perspective, I'm doing what I'm doing here in the UK. I can replicate that at a higher level in the US and get paid that higher wage.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. And that's how I'm going to deliver myself. So where I've come back from the States, I have now officially registered DJ Matty F events in the US. It is a legit company in the US, and I can operate there now. My company can operate. It is set up. It has a US bank account to it. It is legitimately registered in the US. I can't officially work there until I've sorted out my business green card, because I'm not a US citizen for me to be able to actually go out there and work them. But I could employ somebody to work for DJ Matty F events in the US right now. I am in that operational space. I'm there now.
So what about if, with what you just said there, so you can employ DJs from the US, which works well because you've gone to, like, you've made so much connections and networking out there, so you've got links and things of that nature. What about if you wanted to send someone from the UK? Does that mean, can someone from the UK work underneath DJ Matty F and go and work over there, or does that not work?
That's a really good point. Probably will have to get back to you on that one. I think there is a way. I think there is a way. Because I am a legitimate company that's set up, I could sponsor somebody from the UK to go out and work under DJ Matty F events. But in relation to what is required, because even though the company is now set up and it's official in the US, I have to still put my application together to get my business visa correct and in place, my business green card in place. That has taken me literally, and I'm 90% through the pack, but the paperwork and the pack that has to be, honestly, I'm not saying this to scare anybody off, but if you're not dedicating the time to do it, you're not going to get the green card. You're not, and I'm putting my backside on the line by even saying that, because I haven't got mine yet. But the amount of work that goes into building what my company is in the UK and showing that to the US market, of going, I'm a legitimate company in the UK. I've been trading. These are my invoices. This is my bank account. This is this. You're showing all of that from a UK perspective, and then you're showing what your growth projections are from the US company. You have to show that you have an office space. I'm having to purchase an office space in the US, which I know I'm not going to need, but I need to have. And people are going, are you mad? Are you crazy? No, because I'm actually thinking the bigger picture here. There's a lot of things happening in my world. I'm about to retire from my real job very soon. I don't look it, I know, but I am.
You're only 25, Matt. What are you talking about, retire?
So there is building blocks to get to that point, but I'm putting everything in play for me to market myself in the US, to go, hey, you want the Britishness of a wedding, then look no further than DJ Matty F. and I can go out there. I'm not saying that I'm bringing all of my DJ equipment that's here in my garden lockup here in Hertfordshire and taking that out with me on a freight and putting it on a ship and then letting it travel over there. I've already hooked into companies out there where I can hire equipment that is of the standard that I want it to be at because of what I'm trying to deliver. So everything I've done my due diligence. You have no idea.
I can imagine, right? Because you're a legitimate person, so you're gonna do things properly, and you're not the type of person that's trying to do things under the mat and under the rug. It's not smart, to be fair. Anyway, do you know what I mean? That sounds amazing, and it sounds epic, and even like with what you're saying on a business numbers standpoint, if we're looking at, like you said, full day, let's just go with the middle range number of full day, 3.5, right? You're doing 3.5 grand all in dollars, in the US, full day weddings.
3 grand.
You could do 2 a month. Do you know what I mean? Two a month. That could clock over 20 over the year, and that's gonna bring you in what 60. Wait, I'm trying to do the math. My math's terrible. 35, 10. Yeah, that will bring you 70 grand. Well, 70,000 in
Yep.
$70,000. And
Yep.
Look how much dates that is. That's what 20 dates. Like what?
And even flying out and doing it and coming back, I'm still going to be making money.
Yeah. You're still, and that's on that scale, because even like you said, the scale goes up, mate. Like, so there could be somebody doing 5, 8. Like, even when we look at some of the names, like there's Nick Splenny. I don't know exactly what he charges, so don't quote me, Nick, if you're listening, mate. But I know you're on anything from 10 to 15. Then we've got Malik. Now Malik is someone who's definitely coming on the podcast. Come on, Malik, you have to come. But he charges. I saw this on on Nate's podcast, and he was on Nate's podcast, and he said he's charging some events $20,000, man. 20K, bruv. If you're able, and you're British, man, like, British is seen as, oh my God, you sound amazing and you're amazing. So you will go into a different bracket to your average US DJ. You become like a UK option, which, because obviously we ain't got green cards and we ain't got businesses, so none of them can get us out there, but you could be out there. And bruv, if you can get to anywhere near what those guys are doing, bruv, 4 or 5 a year, you're done, man. You're nice. You're sorted.
If it happens, it happens. I'm not, I'm doing a lot of work and I'm financially putting a lot into getting this to where it is.
Getting
because
it ready, yeah.
It's cost me, I would probably say at this moment in time, to get the company registered, on board, signed off. I've got a proper social security number from the US perspective that's connected now to my company, so it's all legit. So it cost me probably just under $1,000 to get that already in play.
Okay.
I have to have a rentable, an office space that is locked, secure. So that's I'm looking at around about $350 a month for that. I'm probably never going to be there, but I have to show for the business green card for me to do that. I need to have all of these things in place to then show what my business plan is and my projections for what I'm going to be doing and what I can offer in the US. And part of that is also employing DJs. And like I said, from a networking point of view, I've already started doing that.
Yeah.
Not through my company, but I know I can start doing that through my own. So it's ticking the boxes already that I'm employing DJs in the US through DJ Matty F Events LLC, which is the same as a limited company than what it is in the US. So.
Yeah. So, geez, Matt, this is sounding exciting, bruv. So when we a question I've got for you, because
I'm glad it is for you, because it's like I'm excited, nervous, and it's all
nerves and excitement is because you're going into a new thing that, like, from what I heard, I don't even know if this is true. Someone could let us know in the comments. But from what I heard, nervousness and excitement are the same in terms of energy, and sometimes you can get them. So that's why anytime you're going to go and do something amazing, you get that feeling in your stomach where you're like, oh, flipping out. But then you do it, and then you're like, oh my God, that's the best. So that's probably what it is.
I've not openly spoke about this. So this is all like, shall I say something? Shall I not? Because I'm manifesting a load of things, and like, because I'm in that thought mindset and everything else. I'm like, if I say anything, it's not going to happen. And oh God, and no, I just want everything signed off, and then I can go. But part of what I dropped and the clip that you showed, I have to show that. In my petition to get the business card, I have to show that I'm launching. I have to show that I'm preparing.
Actionable steps. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got to do all that. So yeah, it's exciting. And you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I've given it a
You've given it a go.
go.
You've given it a go.
Yeah.
You've given it a go. And I think that's the main thing.
I don't know many people in the UK that are going, this is what I want to do. But I think I'm looking at the dollar signs, and like you've just quickly added in there, it could
fruitful. It's fruitful.
It could work out. And like I say,
fruitful.
once the full-time job finishes,
that will give you the time even to make it really.
Then why not?
Yeah, fruits. Yeah,
why not? The structure's there then.
I love it. I love that this is a big move. This is a big thing. I'm rooting for you, bro. I'm behind.
Yeah,
like I want to see it happen. Like I want to see it happen because then it can open the door for maybe others to try and do something similar. The US is huge compared to us. Like we are we're a tiny little dot. Don't get me wrong, the UK holds its weight. Like the UK holds its weight in terms of the worldwide world and all the rest of it. But US is huge, man. The opportunities over there are just oh God, it's almost endless. It's infinite. Do you know what I mean? So, but the one question I did want to ask you. So when you're doing the LLC, is Matty F, is it the same company as the US, or is it a company that now one company that operates in two, or one for the UK and one for the US?
You have to you sort of it's a bolt on to what the UK company is. Okay. So your UK company has to have X, Y, and Z. It has to be operating under certain criteria, and then you apply for the British. You apply for the US side of things through having a legitimate company set up here that mirrors it. So yeah, you could go down the line of having everything US, but like part of the petition is, have I got a US website? Well, no, I'm going to continue to use the same website, but I'm going to have a page. So if you go onto my website now, it's got a USA page on there. Yeah, ./USA. It says under construction, but it's there. Okay. Do you need a US Instagram handle? Do you need it? No, it's all connected to one. And that's actually quite a good thing for the petition, because you're actually still keeping both entities going. It's just showing that you're in that slow growth from a US perspective. So yeah, honestly, I've read so much stuff on this. It's crazy.
No, but it's good because you've been able to share some of the stuff. Do you know what I mean? It can kind of show because I think now what will happen is that people may have their eyes on, obviously, how it's going for you and if they can see, maybe it's something that, someone else could try and do, because like we're saying, the fruit and the infinitiness in the US, and if you could do something like that within the UK and the US, like for me, do you know my analytics show me that I'm in the US a lot. My content goes out to the US heavily, especially my Instagram account, which is why similar to like what you were saying earlier, I was getting lots of US inquiries. And I was at a stage, I was locking some of them in, not loads, but the ones that made sense, I was locking them in. But then I'd done the research. I'd done the research, man, and I said, "Oh snap!" So I had Texas, Ohio, and New York locked. 1 for this year and 2 for 27. Now, one of them is on ice because there's some discussions that we're having, but the other ones I said, nah, like when I done I think it was you and Bass. So you and Bass came onto the pod and he's done a lot of work back and forth, and he was telling me about some of the things that happen with some people that he knows and stuff like that. So then I found out, similar to like what you said, it's not something that you can just get up and do. I can go and do Europe, I can go and do, there's a lot of places that I can go and do, but the US has done something where they've made it, no, you can't just come and do a destination over here. So then I've kind of blocked that off. But then when I look at my analytics and when the inquiries keep coming in, I'm like, I can't do that. And I think what makes that stronger is because I've DJed for US couples before, but I've done it in France. And recently I've been booked. They're coming to Scotland. You know, the US love to go to the castles in Scotland. So I'm doing something in Scotland. I've messaged you in as well, you and Lawrence, and we're going to do that gig together, which I can't wait for. But the US I can take out and do work and say, look, you come out of there and then we can do work. But I would love to go into there and do work. But recently I haven't been able to. But listening to what you've mentioned, if I want to go through the whole rigmarole, it's an option that maybe I could look at later on in the future. But I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think it's something, if you're getting that demand coming in, I've not had that demand, but I'm coming in it from a different angle. You're already getting that inquiry stage from US clients. Funny enough, my company is registered in Ohio now.
Nice.
So even though, and there is a reason behind that, because once again, using AI, Ohio is a really, really vibrant place for the wedding scene.
In industry, yeah.
For the industry, and for wedding DJs. So I was like, tick. Okay, let's go there.
Makes
so
sense.
It's actually registered in Ohio, but that doesn't limit you. And I've made it perfectly clear within my application that I want to go all around the US.
Yeah,
and the reason behind this as well is that from a silent disco point of view, the company that I work alongside there, they are looking to embed themselves into the US. So by having the business there, then, and a business green card, then it also allows me to then go out and operate in the US and work those events. So there's loads of different avenues, the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, but ultimately the margins of where it comes down to. The margins of what they're making compared to what we're making here.
Do you think that's ever going to change over here, Matt? Because I don't know. Like, the thing that opened my eyes a lot to the UK market is what other people are charging. Now, I've heard some of the biggest invoices I've heard come from floral companies, florists, like flowers. And we all know, I don't know anyone that's gone to a wedding, come back and the next day been like, oh, those flowers were just oh my God, the wedding there was great, but the flowers, oh God, they looked amazing. They smelled so beautiful. The day could not have gone as good as it did if it wasn't for the flowers. But I know if we change the word flower for DJ, we've all heard that. We've all heard people talk like that. But then it makes me think, if people are willing to spend, and flowers cost ridiculous amounts. So then that's the thing that kind of makes me say, no, it is possible for DJs to charge 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe. But then I don't know, because I don't know, man. I don't know if we can.
I think honestly, it's a different market here. I think the market in the US is very much around hosting. DJs hosting. I think the market in the UK is still very much in the sense of the DJ comes at the end.
At the end and just plays music for the evening.
So once again, it becomes an education point of view for brides and grooms that it's about hosting. It's about somebody that can host your day for you. I know you do it. Ewan does it. I do it. Pat does it. There's a few of us out there that are doing it. Hosting, I think, is where it sits within the US.
I agree.
Because I give you a prime example. Even though they're doing music through cocktail hour, they're hosting the event itself, the actual evening part for a wedding in the US is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it's tiny, isn't it? It's ridiculously tiny.
In the UK, we do like 7 till midnight.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Shift. So, and this is what I'm getting at in the sense of the priorities of when it's on somebody's checklist. People's checklists are venue. People's checklists are dress, groomsmen clothing, grooms, flowers, dish, cake. And then we're at the bottom because it's the order of their day. Whereas in the US, the order's slightly different. So the DJs then, like I said earlier, slightly higher on the agenda because it's about the hosting element, that what they bring to the party. All the other stuff around the mixing and the showcasing and the playing on words within mixes and other bits and pieces is part of the performance, but that's the performance part. hinders around the hosting, and there isn't a huge amount of weddings that there's not every wedding every week that's having hosting.
Nah.
And that's the
I would say out of 100 weddings, less than 10% of them
and
will have a
that's
host.
the difference.
Yeah,
That is the difference.
I don't know if you would know this, but my question now, Matt, I don't even know if you'd know the answer to this, but in the US, if they don't have a host, because here in the UK, if the wedding's not got a host, it's the wedding coordinator that will help with running their day per se. So if we're looking at the US, do they have something similar to a wedding coordinator, or is it in the US, if you haven't got a host, then you're going to have to host the wedding yourself? Because maybe that might be a US thing where
they have wedding planners that they have that element to it. Whether they do the hosting, I don't know. I don't know. I can only go on what I've seen and what I've heard, and I've never asked that question. But I'm seeing a lot of the DJs that I'm following, and probably you're following from a US perspective, they're doing all the hosting.
They're hosting. Yeah. I see it.
They are doing the hosting. And that's the difference that I see compared to DJs in the UK that are doing weddings. That's not happening.
No, not on scale. Not on scale.
The market in the UK hasn't moved or shifted into that space. If it did shift into that space, I think the money would go up slightly in the UK. Yeah. I don't see it hitting the numbers that it does in the US.
No,
if I'm really honest with you about that.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Matt. And I want to change that. But when I heard Malik's comment about $20,000, that's the most I've ever heard. A DJ or even a DJ host being able to charge like anywhere. And then my mind thinks to myself, "Oh, that sounds amazing. Could it be done here?" And I'm like, it probably can, but for a very small amount of weddings, that will be like very high budget. So when we're talking like super luxury weddings, apparently the starting price comes in at 150,000 and goes up from there. Do you know what I mean? And those will be more not your traditional wedding. It will be more of a cultured wedding of some kind, where in some cultures they're saving money from the child has been born. They're investing money from then. So as soon as they've get married, they've been saving for almost like 30 years per se. So there's a decent budget there. But I don't think for your general wedding, I don't think those numbers is something that will ever reach. And I think what makes it even harder, in the UK, things are so expensive and they're not getting any cheaper. So if there's a DJ that's charging $7,000 and he's doing the whole day, or even $8,000-9,000 and he's doing the whole day, some people will be like, "You look amazing and you look like what we want, but $7,000 is a hefty receipt. We would rather go for maybe the DJ that's offering $3,000 for the whole day," because I don't know if it's going to change. Times will tell. But I think what's great is that the US already have that blueprint in place, so it's normal to spend that kind of money on a DJ and a host.
And that's one reason what's attracted me to it. But then it's attracted me to this whole what we're talking about right now is the whole education point from a customer perspective, and that's why I started the Instagram page Ask a DJ.
Yes.
And that is all AI driven. It is my AI twin. It is my AI voice. It is the whole thing is AI. Can we talk about that as well, Matt? About the Asker, because even when I saw it, I was like, "Rah, is that Matty? Is that? Hold on, is that? No, wait, turn my head away. Yeah, it is. Look, so with that, is the AI running the whole Instagram, just like firing stuff, or are you in between? So I've created the twin. I've created the voice. It matches everything to me, and the amount of people that have gone, that's just, they're confused about it. I've had so many people DM me going, even my cousin DM'd me 2 days going, "Oh, you're not putting any hashtags in this. You'll get a much better reach if you put hashtags in it." I said, "You do know that's not me." "What?" I said, "It's not me. It's all AI." "Oh my, I thought it looked a bit weird, you in the," anyway, but so the reason why I set up Ask DJ Matty F was purely around and the call to action at the end of these 16-second videos is about making sure you're booking the right DJ for your event. And part of that is making sure you're asking the right questions to your DJ, asking whether or not they can do this, do that, what you want for your event, which is going to weed out people that aren't suitable for you. And you're making sure you're getting the right suitable DJ for your event, whether it's your wedding, corporate, private, whatever it may be. So part of the call to action is ask me for my DJ question checklist and I'll give it to you. And then you can ask those DJs who you've got as your top 6 on your list that you've done your research on, who have come back to you really, really quickly, like we stated at the start of this interview, go in, okay, can you do this? Can you do that? And you're then weeding out those 6 to who you want, because it's all about the experience that we give, that premium end of what we're trying to give the customer. And then they've got those questions and then they can go, this person doesn't even know how to control a room, from the questions at the part. And there isn't a huge amount of questions within that checklist PDF that I've got, but also part of that checklist PDF is all my details. So even if you can't find the person you're looking
at least
for,
they've got the person that does do all these things. That's why I'm talking about them. So maybe I'm the option for you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because I did see the and then there was a point I was like, there was something, I can't remember what it was that I saw. Obviously, Matt, I've known you for years. I've known you for years. So there was some things I saw in your face, and I was like, that's not my EF.
One of the big things that stood out, and I didn't pick up on it until actually went out, and this Scott Dewin actually messaged me. I'm standing behind, and this is all AI generated, I'm standing behind a set of CDJs in a sort of a bedroom studio type feel to it.
Yeah.
And I think it was Scott. It might have not been Scott. In fact, it wasn't Scott. It was a guy called James. And James said the jog wheel on the CDJ was just randomly moving. No one was touching it, but it was just moving slightly. And the AI had slightly moved the 2 jog wheels, and it was like they were going backwards and forwards, and I didn't even realize. So that's on one of the reels that I did. But I've been putting out like 3 reels a day.
That's crazy. Because obviously it generates the video and the caption, it makes it easy to upload and stuff.
Does everything. And I'm not, also this is another test from an algorithm point of view. I'm not adding any hashtags in it. I'm not adding anything in it other than capital text. Make sure you get the right DJ, comment checklist, or DM me for the checklist. Like I'm doing literally a 2-liner that relates to that 16-second reel, and I'm putting out 3 a day. I haven't, because I've been on holiday, but yeah, before I went on holiday, I was putting out 3 a day.
And in terms of engagement, what are you seeing on the back end from that? Are you seeing that it's making sense to continue?
It's not huge growth, but it's growth enough that people are asking me for the checklist, and that ultimately what it's there to do.
Yeah. It's doing its job, and I think what makes it even better is that you're not having to do, similar to when you said, once again, going to the start of this podcast, you're by yourself, and being able to do all these things makes it crazy. So I think, Matty, listen to everything that we've spoken about today, the stuff that you've brought back, bro, a lot has changed, and it sounds like it all started in Vegas.
Yeah, to be fair, it did. And I would encourage anyone to, if you've got spare money, if you can put it through the business as a business educational thing, whatever it may be. But if you get the opportunity to go to these conferences, more so in America, because that's obviously I've come back going, I'm so stimulated. I'm like, I've gained so much from it, and it's a nice little wake up call. I would encourage anybody to look at them. There's like 8 or 9 real big ones that go on, and they're hugely popular. They have some really good speakers at them. Yeah, it's definitely worth doing. But a lot has changed for me since the last time we properly spoke, and even the last time I came on the podcast for you. I like to say this is my second go on the podcast.
Hey.
Have you got Is there anyone else done a second stint on your podcast?
Yeah, we've had
Or
a
my
couple
first?
doubles. We've had a couple
Have you had a
doubles.
couple of doubles, have you?
Yeah,
Not had a triple?
we've had a couple of doubles. Only the reason being is because when the conversation stems, and then you're
Yeah.
like, we haven't finished, but we can't fill it into one. But with
Literally,
yourself, I wanted.
the same as when you came on the Groove Junction, we ended up doing 3.
We did 3. The trilogy. What did you call it? The Return of the Jedi. We done that.
We did the Star Wars trilogy. But yeah, a lot of things have changed, and I'm not going to mention it now, but we can do this another occasion when I come back from my triple episode. I've got a lot of other stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah. That we didn't want to touch on tonight, but we'll leave that in the layer.
No, a lot. Not even that I've mentioned you off air.
I know, Matt. I know you're a busy guy. I can tell the excitement, bro. Matty, I'm being honest, man. I'm so happy, bro. I love the new stuff. I love the transformation. I'm loving all the different things that you're trying, because I think, like, in life, that's what thing that people don't do enough of. They get too scared and they don't make certain moves. Like, you've made moves that are making you scared and nervous, but you're still pushing through. The only way to find out is if we try. Do you know what I mean? So all eyes on you, Matt. We will be looking, and so am I. And like I said, I'm behind. I'm not looking from a judgmental standpoint. I'm looking from a go, Matt. Go, Matt. Go, Matt.
Yeah,
because
thanks,
if there's something, if this all pans out in the way that you've got it in your mind, and I hope that your expectations get exceeded when you start to see even more and the doors start to open, lots of more other things, and hopefully it doesn't take up too much of your time, or more so it rockets off when the retirement then kicks in, because I know that's when the doors open to, you know, the world's your oyster in that sort of sense, and the world would be your oyster because you can kind of go anywhere and do what you like.
I'm just going to say, education is like key. Education and networking, going out and mixing and doing what we do is all great. If you want to grow in this industry, education and networking is where it's at. If you're not doing that, you are not going to grow. You are not going to grow in this industry. You have to educate yourself, go to these educational things that have been put on around the globe. I'm not just talking in the UK, I'm talking in the US as well. Like, go to these education things. They are so beneficial from an educational point of view, but also from a networking point of view. They're worth everything. So do it. If anyone's listening, taking anything away from this podcast for the last hour and 20 plus minutes that we've been talking, take that away. Education and networking is key in this industry, and if you're not doing it, you're not going to succeed.
I 100% double echo exactly that, because I know all the things that I've done in terms of my growth all stem from a DJ conference as well, and it opens your mind. A lot of the time in business, we can put the blinkers on and we just look at things through a narrow lens, and you go somewhere and then this opens and you're like, oh my God, there's all this going on. But you need to experience it yourself. Like,
Las Vegas is a key example
of that. Like, look, Matt, look.
I know. Look all the work that I've created myself.
What? But it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off. And it's going to bring you some great experiences, man. Because that's what life's about at the end of the day. Let's be honest. Do you know what I mean? Like, what stories are we going to be able to tell in 15, 20 years from now when no one wants to talk to us and no one wants to book us? But you could be like, well, I started this and I started doing this. But you wouldn't have those stories if you didn't.
Remember that crazy idea about setting up a business in America? Yeah, that just fell on its backside.
But
it won't. It won't.
It won't. That's not going to happen. Matt, man, thank you so much for joining me today and bringing all of those. Mate. No, man. Had to be done. And because I've been seeing you dropping little things, I'm like, no, man, we've got to bring Matt on. I need to dig deep into the background and see what's going on, man. But bro, I'm genuinely so excited to see how things transpire for you for this year, innit? Because a lot of the changes are going to be happening in 2026. So we look forward to seeing all that good stuff. As always, go into the description. We have, if you're not, I don't know why you're not following, but if you're not following Matty F, make sure you head into the description. You can check out the AI page with the ARCs DJ Matty F. You can also look at all the things that he's doing, and also check out the Groove Junction podcast where Matty F hosts his show each and every week, giving tips and tricks just like ourselves, man. We got to listen to stuff, we got to educate, and if you're not going to the shows, at least you can get some of the stuff that we're able to bring back to you. But I definitely echo what you're saying, Matty. Definitely education. bare minimum, guys, the bare minimum you should be doing is going to one show a year. If you can get two,
Preach.
great. Yeah, but one, just one. And it doesn't have to be pro, it doesn't have to be Level Up Live. It doesn't have to be. It can be Pro Mobile. You can go over to, I would suggest going over the seas, because that will open your mind even more so. But if you can invest some of your coins this year, some of your profits into any one of the DJ shows, it's only going to benefit you and change things for you. But Matty, man, thank you so much for joining me on this week's podcast. We will catch you guys same time, same place next week for some more gems on the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, smash that bell and smash that like, because you know I'm trying to get these subscribers up so we can do a little bit more, and add a review and also comment, man. Have you thought about maybe heading over to the US? Have you thought about using AI in your business? Have you thought about any of the things that we are talking about? I would love to see what you think. But other than that, guys, go and smash those gigs. Go to those events. Get the content respectfully, but show those people why it was a great decision booking you. And I'll catch you same time, same place next week for the Mobile DJ Mastery Podcast. Yes, and we're out.
Typical, someone's at the door. I know you're recording.
That's all right.
Posty.
Can imagine.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game.
But it's all legit. All legit.
It's all legit. One sec, man. I was going to quickly top up my coffee cup because I'm running low. One sec. All right, we're good to go. All right, let's rock and roll with it. Let's step straight into the deep end. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh my days, look who I've got beside me. It's the man himself, Matty F.
Yes. How are you, mate?